Hey y'all, Brian Thacker, Natural Self Yoga. Today I'm going to show you Eka Pada Koundinyasana. Not only is it fun to say, but it's fun to do. A lot of yoga poses look a lot harder than they are, and some poses look a lot easier than they are. This is one of the poses that people look at when you say it and when you do it, and they say, there's no way I can do that. But really, it's a lot of technique. Once you get the alignment, the opening in your hip, and the alignment of your elbow properly in place, then it's a lot easier, because people think that it takes a lot of strength to do this pose, but really it's just a balance. You're balancing your weight, some forward, some back. So there's a lot of different ways to come into it depending on how advanced you are, but a lot of the ways that you're going to be able to do it in a typical class is coming in through a lizard pose. So the main thing is opening up your hip in a lizard pose. So you can be here like this, and you're just working on sinking down into your right hip. You can work your right shoulder underneath, your back heel can be lifted, you can come into a bind like this. Now, if your hips are open enough, that's when you can have the fun Eka Pada Koundinyasana. The key is to get your elbow as close to the middle of your body as possible. The entire weight of my body is going to be held up by the bone. Okay, so it's not really muscle. I'm just trying to balance the weight of my body on the back of this elbow. So I'm going to bring my hands down, spreading the fingers wide, just like a good down dog. That's going to protect my wrists, and pressing into the tips of the fingers and the finger mounts. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to work towards bringing the weight into the back of the elbow. From here, you're just going to heel toe your right foot out to the side, or the top foot out to the side, and roll your thigh to the inside so that the weight comes onto the elbow. And then you lift up. And again, it's not a muscle thing. Once I get the weight properly balanced, all the weight is in the forearm. So it's a nice, deep, steady breath here. But of course, you have to have your hips open. This is a good hip opener as well as an arm balance. So just take some deep breaths. From here, you can shoot back, vinyasa through, or just stay there, hang out. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do from the Eka Pada Koundinyasana arm balance. That's one of the more challenging poses that you'll do in a class. But if you're in a class, if you're teaching a class and you have people in a lizard pose and they come into a bind and they get bored, you can have them come into that, play with that arm balance, and they'll be more excited. If you're in a class and you're getting a little bored, you have your hip open, it's a level 1 class, go ahead and try playing with that. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot easier than it looks. Give it a shot, impress all your friends, tell them it's really, really hard to do so that they'll be more impressed. I always tell people it's easier than it looks, unless this pose here is harder than it looks. But don't tell anybody that, because this one here looks easy, Virasana. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Brian Thacker, Natural Self Yoga, Eka Pada Koundinyasana. It's one of the fun poses in yoga that's accessible to a lot more people than they think. Have a great day. Hope to see you real soon on your mat. Namaste.